All right, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm contractually obligated to make that statement. All right, let's get to where we are going here. This has nothing to do with college football unless you want it to be. We have passed midnight. It's October 31st. Therefore, it's also Halloween. It's my... Let me make sure. Yeah, it's pretty much my least favorite holiday, but it is still a holiday to many of you. And I kind of cut out of Halloween sometime when I was maybe 13. And then my kids obviously got into it. So I was back into Halloween for about 10 years. And now I'm kind of back out of it. Although the candy, anything involving chocolate, potential for free chocolate is always a good thing. So it's all over the office, and therefore I partake in Halloween, and maybe just maybe I'll partake with a little costume on the live stream on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, just to get you to tune in. Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Can I fit one of these helmets? I guess this wouldn't work, would it? No. Okay, anyway. I was inspired by Scott Van Pelt tonight, who ran a listing of his favorite and least favorite Halloween candy giveaways. So circa, I won't give away the date, circa 8-year-old Mark Rogers, what was I looking for? Because that pretty much hasn't changed when I had my paper bag with me. We actually used paper bags back then. All right, so I came up with my top 5. You could probably persuade me on something else because I made the list pretty quickly. So there's probably something else out there, and it's all chocolate. So anything fruity, anything gummy that gets between the teeth, not a huge fan of. You can persuade me because there's sugar involved. Chuckles, sweet tarts are pretty good. I can get into some sweet tarts. The Good and Plenties are awful. I don't know what those are exactly. Dots are awful. Yeah, anything like that for the most part. Jelly beans. Yeah, again, if I was desperate. And please, no fruit, no apples, no popcorn, no peanuts in the bag. That's an insult. But some people just don't know. They don't know any better. I once took a friend, a bunch of friends, and I went to the grocery store when we were, it was a late night kind of deal, one of those nights. And after some festivities, and went to the grocery store, and we were quizzing one of my friends on select dessert foods here. Let's this is a test. Do you really know good desserts? He failed miserably, but still one of my best friends. All right. I will not name him. All right, here's my top 5. And again, I may have missed something here. I thought of the whatchamacallit. Do you remember the whatchamacallit bar? Do they still make those things? I thought those things were tremendous, much like Cookie Crisp in these cereal classifications, which can comprise another great list, the cereals. But we're going with the chocolate. Of course, it's Halloween. My favorite holiday. All right, number 5, the Payday. Was it? I think it's the Payday. I haven't had one in years. The rest of these, unfortunately, I've consumed quite a bit recently. All right, at number 4, it's just plain chocolate. There's nothing else to it, but it is so good. Just a Hershey's bar. What's odd, though, is if I get the regular Hershey's bar, it is so good and so simple. But the Hershey's Kisses, for some reason, something's lost in the size, the quantity. There's something missing that just doesn't do it for me. Now, I'm not refusing any Hershey's Kisses, believe me. I am not refusing any of those. There's something lost in the translation between the full bar that comes in the cubes, the squares, and the actual Hershey's Kisses, which I'm not a huge fan of. So that's number 4. The top 3 are almost inseparable. It's like, Mark, what's your favorite sport? When I say Major League Baseball, the NFL, college football, they're all tied for first, and people say, okay, you've got to have something that's number one, and I say, no, they're tied for first. This is kind of a tie for first, but I broke the tie. M&M's, regular or peanut, either one. M&M's. The only problem on Halloween is that we would receive the little packet, and this was always an issue with Halloween, is you'd have to open up like 50 of them to get any kind of sizable quantity, because there's like 6 of them per packet. Okay. The regular or the peanut M&Ms are exceptional, and still a purchase every so often here in the Mark Rogers TV household. Number 2, the Kit Kat. And as I was making the list, and this list, I put about 18 seconds of thought into this list. The Kit Kat, I was trying to determine the difference between the Kit Kat and the Twix bar, because I'm not a huge fan of the Twix bar. I'm not even a mild fan of the Twix bar. The Twix bar, again, I'm not going to refuse it. But the Twix bar, I know there is a caramel element in there, and I'm a fan of caramel generally, but there's something about it that makes it a very average candy bar. Now, the average candy bar is still good enough for me, but it's average, versus the Kit Kat, with the absence of the caramel or the caramel, whichever way you go on that, tomato, caramel, the Kit Kat bar is extremely good. Exceptional. It's number 2. Number 1, like peanut butter, like jelly, peanut butter and chocolate. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I was told the other day that they have giant ones. I've not seen those. They would be exceptional. But the bite size, not so much. Again, let's go with the full packet of 3 with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So again, number 5, the Payday, I believe. Number 4, maybe I'm going to have to go pick up a Payday at my next stop at the gas station just to make sure, just for research purposes. Number 4, the Hershey's bar, not the Hershey's Kisses. Number 3, the M&M's, regular or peanut. As a kid growing up, not the peanuts. I didn't like peanuts, but as I got older, I certainly enjoy and also can respect and appreciate the contrast between the two and breaking up all that chocolate. Because if you shovel this down in handfuls like I do, then you can appreciate breaking up all that chocolate. It's like a good vanilla against the chocolate. Number 2, the Kit Kat, not the Twix. The Kit Kat, and number 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. My selections, I tried to connect it to college football. I'm not very creative, so I was unable to do so. Maybe you can. Right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Happy Halloween.